He's been on all day.
No, he comes and goes.
No, I meant you.
Oh, yeah. I just meant Bob comes and then he goes.
Yeah, he does.
Like that infamous sexual predator, the panda, who eats, shoots, and leaves.
Yeah.
Right, it's shirt off time.
You're fine. Take it all off. Do it slow. You don't wear an undershirt?
One there right now.
You have sunglasses ready, right? This is an Englishman taking his shirt off.
Bob is delivering a pizza to Artie.
Yeah.
Hell of a commute.
Oh. I'm not allowed to do that one.
I showed Andrea the movie The Full Monty, so she knows what to expect here.
But I've never worked in the Sheffield steel mill, so.
Well, the night is young.
If you hear hot chocolate start playing in the background, that's the time to panic.
Uh-oh.
You got it. You sexy thing!
You guys.
Mm.
Miracles.
The Pandora station I've been listening to driving to and from work plays songs like You Sexy Thing by Hot Chocolate.
Is that the band?
Yeah. And I just imagine introducing Ed as my hot chocolate brother, and Ed could introduce me as his vanilla latte red-headed steps brother.
The hell?
You're the pumpkin spice to his hot chocolate.
That sounds like I need to see a doctor. Welcome back, Elizabeth.
Well, good to be here.
Did you both change shirts? Oh no, she's still got a Raider shirt on.
Raiders. That's what they do at the stadium.
Bob says he's delivering pizza to Artie, but I bet he's actually trying to get a slice.
Mm.
How you doing, Bob, by the way? I missed you, you crazy bastard.
Yeah, crazy cat.
I missed all of them. You guys especially. You're like my weekly therapy session. It's like I've been cut off from counselling for weeks. I'm amazed you're still alive.
You're the only reason we stayed on.
Yeah.
You're the only.
If you hadn't answered me, we were all going to bail.
That was not.
This is for you, Andrea. You ready?
Okay, hold on. Let me get back with them. Okay, what?
Okay. Near. Fire!
Nice.
Near.
Oh. You got the near? Oh.
The bed is gone, baby. Bed is. Whoa!
I was painting the wall for a green screen at Jersey's today, and I was on with them for a little bit, and they made me do near and far.
Near. We made her. God.
Made me do it.
You're forced to go.
Did you get anything in the mail, Pam? Anything interesting? Oh. Well, maybe you will.
Now I'm going to simultaneously step off camera and change my trousers and go and check my mail. And check my incoming mail as well.
I was gonna say.
See, now
I'm checking my female parts right now. Okay. So there.
if you're sending him a postcard, it takes like 2 years to get there. 2 years.
2 years, not quite. It is.
Why?
It's the same price. I couldn't get over it because I'm used to. Well, I grew up. I grew up over there, so I'm used to the other direction where wherever you send it, they measure it, weigh it, and they charge you accordingly. Same price as Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. Don't you think it's extraordinary? Other countries, I remember Japan, it cost me $3 to send postcards.
It costs us a lot to send it.
postcard? Really?
Oh, like $1.50.
Maybe that's why it's not there.
Well, I wanted to send.
Well, woe is upon me, for in my incoming mail pile in the hallway there are more letters for the guy who moved out a year ago than there are for me.
Well, you're not that popular.
Oh,
Well, we all know that.
this is
That's why
great.
that's why my only real true friends are people who live 3,000 miles away from me.
What is it, Travis?
Okay, so I happen to be able to pull up Twitch in time to capture your new near and far presentation. And I get all of it, including Kevin up in the camera and back, and Andrea going like this, and
Yeah.
I'm clipping that shit right now.
Oh, God.
I would have added a spin to it if I known it was going to be.
Well, if I had more prep time, yeah.
Oh, and that thing I did this weekend, all that work, it cost me a set of headphones. Those little earbuds I wear on the show. Someone in New York has them. I wear them.
Oh.
So it ate into my.
I vote we all move right over there right now. We go out on a search party, find the fucker, and night.
All right. I think first we should get really rip-roaring drunk and then go out.
But we should get drunk standing in front of the post office, right?
Oh, if you want to pay $25.
The law of averages says that eventually, given chaos theory, if we just find a really good bar and then stay perfectly immobile, eventually he will come to us. Even if we're wrong, I'm willing to test the extent of
I'm willing to join you in this quest.
understanding.
Sounds productive, don't you think?
Indeed. Need to try and find somewhere serving a pint of old thumper.
Kevin,
Bumper, I barely know her.
have you seen the gift that John has picked up for you?
What?
Who? Wait, what?
Kevin, have you seen the gift that John picked up for you?
No?
Okay, give me a second. I'll go get it. It's not his testicles, Andrea. Put your hands down.
That's how you pick them up.
That's
Take
it,
a
raise
moment.
it and dash him again.
Hold on, I'm looking for the other one.
That's what I said.
Here's one.
That microphone working. That's what I got. I gotta get that sound card.
Mm.
I have a paying job.
Yay!
A paying job of a giant cock of life. Like,
Oh
if
my
I can
God.
just survive it, there's a paycheck at the end of it. Do not post that.
Too late.
We're going to work tomorrow and your boss says, I was watching last night.
Did you want me to clip that? Is what you said, Elizabeth?
I said, don't. Don't you dare.
Okay, I won't.
Well, maybe, yeah. Do it.
Okay, hold on. Let me hit it real
Do it
quick.
if it's funny, do it. It's funny, I know. I know someone who made a deal with her husband that she wanted to get in shape, and he said, "Well, there's a treadmill right there," and she said, "Well, I just don't know if I want to do it." I'll tell you what. For the next 30 days, you have to work out every day, and if you miss one day, you have to swallow. And I said, "How'd it go?" She said, "I didn't miss a single day. I would get on the thing and just think about this penis."
So you said punched by the cock of life. Is that what you said?
Did I?
Have you seen Bridesmaids?
Yes.
So you know it's
Thanksgiving, actually, with my mother. Was not
Then why are they trying to put it in your face? It's impressive.
They try to put it everywhere.
So Kevin,
It's
you've
up
seen
to
this,
you
right,
what you
Kevin?
want.
Oh, see that?
You've seen this, right?
Oh, hang on, right. 2 seconds. Always when I'm on the wrong screen. What am I? Oh, that's nice.
You haven't seen that one yet.
Don't think so, no.
Well,
But
this one is
wait.
for you.
Oh, awesome.
So come get it.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
Before the cats tear up the little paper anymore.
I have the styrofoam thing.
Don't worry.
I have a thing to ship it in. It's made for stuff like that. So
I just lost my seat.
You said that, and that's from John, is it?
Yeah.
That's very kind of him.
John gifted each of us with them, and until you guys can get them, we have to drink out of them.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
So there are 3 links that you guys can watch the videos later. And I've tweeted them out like you should.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, John. We weren't supposed to be on because he's like, oh, I was gonna go get dinner and then sit here and watch, but he was just gonna go home. Well, we're on. Sorry.
Surprise! It's a surprise party.
It is.
Toga.
John, we could bring you back on if you want.
Let's do you guys.
John, I'm using your marker.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, shit, let me just see. Oh, my bed's gone. Alright. I count.
I guess I'll just leave this playing on the other page. That way, if Elizabeth does something else ridiculous, we can capture it for posterity's sake.
Elizabeth's just the right level of exhaustion. Probably happened.
How exhaustion is it?
Well,
Give it
let's
to my
see.
John.
I just talked myself in the face with my own fist.
You mean with your own fist of cock? It's like fisticuffs, but
Oh.
Well done, Sarah.
see, Kevin, earlier Andrea was at John's store painting, and I said, Andrea, do me a favor. Yell far, because she was all the way across the room, and then run at the camera and yell near. And she's like, there's damn shelves in the way. I'll do it like this. Far. Near. And she didn't move. So I clipped it.
That's true.
So Elizabeth now goes, hold on, I've got something for you, Andrea. And of course you saw how that turns out as Elizabeth rolls around a room and Andrea turns into an octopus of some sort and Kevin turns into the camera monster and now we have clips.
She moved. She just had those shelves in the way, and then she pointed the roller at the camera. And then she said, "Dead." I must say, I'm bragging because my room no longer has a bed. So it's
She
an
sleeps on the
actual-
floor now, people.
No, I did that for 2 years. I want to come back. I have a bed, but I have the studio space. The studio is now open.
John says he's still at the store, but he can get on.
So the first time my studio is open, instead of working, I'm digging around with friends.
Oh, did anybody read Bob's comment for Elizabeth?
No, the one earlier on.
Yeah.
Is it penis?
Yes, it is. It is.
Yeah, in a sense.
It says, Elizabeth, the Raiders suck my fat one.
Well,
So-
lucky you.
And that, all of them at once or one per night? How's that working out? And can we clip it?
That's quite gay, sir. And that's what you would do.
Good for you. Oh, John, do you want to get on? Is that what you're saying? Or do you want to get...
If you want to get off.
I got to quit propositioning the men tonight. I'm going to end up in trouble.
Or bed, one of the two.
I can bring you back in, John. Hold on. Yeah. I'm either getting paid or... I don't know.
Spade.
Spade?
At the end of that?
I'm getting spayed?
Paid or spade.
In the ethnic way, or as in like the what we did to the cats?
Like, yeah, like you do to a cat.
Oh my god.
The ace of spade. Ace of spade.
I'll just add John here. Then I've got to go back and reorient it, OBS all over again. Hey, John, I just want to make it clear you get to be Ed tonight.
Sure, look.
You've got the same haircut.
And pretend black.
He's buffering.
Now I have to move everybody's name around. Hold on a second. Everybody is the wrong persona. I mean,
we
normally.
were talking about earlier, Kev. We were talking about. We got on the topic of blowhole, and I said, "Oh, that's a good, curse. Like, shut your blowhole." And I remember growing up with cake. Shut your cake hole.
Yeah, shut your cake hole.
Your pie hole.
And I've heard word hole.
That's different.
There you go, John. That's exactly it. That's what you do.
Good job.
There you go. You made it.
The back looks more dry.
What was that beer? Shagger? You said? Kev? Shagger beer?
Shag her beer.
Flagship is from Ringwood Brewery, which is just on the south coast of England near me. They're one of my favourite ale producers.
And what were they called again? I didn't hear you.
Is Ringwood.
Ringwood.
Wood. RINGWOOD.
YMCA.
Ring your wood.
You got Old Thumper, 49er, Best, and Boondoggle.
I'm on it. I am on it like fun.
Hey, if you're not,
This one,
if you haven't hit the share button, go below the video and hit that share button to have everybody come to this crazy what the hell we're talking about. Just saying.
Whose name? Anyone think he was late or something?
That's right on time.
There we go.
Merely 1:34 in the morning.
Oh,
Oh,
I see. Old Thumper, Razorback. Oh, nice. It's a shame you can't sample over the internet.
give
Well,
it
you-
time.
You can, but you got to pay by the minute.
Not that kind of sampler,
It's
bro.
not the sample.
Oh, my bad.
Welcome to the 5-minute preview.
I am going to say.
You're going to say what?
I don't think we didn't in the US anywhere. Might be able to. They're one of the really.
Well, let's see. If there's any town, this is a good chance. Oh, here we go. Well, they're all 30 miles away.
What?
No.
For
Elizabeth
the,
trying to write down Ringwood Beer in
I am lucky. Hey, why not? You get it's like conversation. You get to know people by their tastes and flavors.
My boss came back the other day from I think this is for those who watch the show regularly who haven't missed me in the slightest. This is why I've not been on for a couple of weeks because I have a new boss at work and he's away training a lot at the moment, so I'm having to cover his shifts as well as mine. Came back from his jolly to head office at the end of last week with a whole bunch of free beer samples. The company I work for, as well as being a chain of pubs, and I still brew. And we are producing a new beer, which is a British IPA, a pale IPA, quite hoppy, but it's made with American hops, and it's called.
You're not muted either.
We still answer his questions. No, it's Tuesday morning.
Oh no, it's not.
Everything okay?
Yeah, it was my brother, and he doesn't normally call, so I answered. And I'm like, hey, everything okay? And he's like, yeah, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, why? Oh, I muted my microphone. Oh, it didn't
No, you
mute.
didn't.
No, I
Okay,
mute.
That's wrong.
We heard you.
Nobody
No.
on Twitch heard me, but
No.
you guys got to hear me. Yeah, I just didn't
Get
mute
it.
all the microphones.
Marker.
Polo.
Not
Yeah,
this
clip
funny
it.
for everybody else.
Are you clipping it?
Can they hear you now? Are you still muted on Twitch?
No, I unmuted.
Oh. So are you okay?
I was yelling it, so no, you're not muted. You okay?
Are you muted?
I'm just not talking. Or am I?
Oh my god.
John is just sitting there waiting for 9 o'clock to shut the door.
It can't come too soon.
Is it raining there?
That's what she
It's like
said.
pouring down here.
It's raining a little.
Is it raining men?
Hallelujah.
Don't make a bloody mess in the parking lot.
and the sound they make. Ooh.
That dull splat. Like someone in a wet sack of grain.
Ew.
Guinea men out here bounce.
Yeah.
They're
Kevin
pretty-
might know what those are better than most local people do. Do you know what those are, Kevin?
What's that, sir?
Repeat it again there, John.
Guinea men.
Guinea men. What farm work? Is that farm hand doing?
That's a Waterman joke. Well, not really a joke. That's what they are.
Because Guinea's the area down there too.
Okay.
It's just, oh lordy.
There you go, guys.
They do.
And I'll have a smell with a big holding a cheap bowl.
Yeah,
Cheat my bowl.
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh, by the way, we've never had anybody gift a subscription on either of our channels, but Twitch has something special for the month of September. If you were gifted a subscription to a channel, you could renew it for only $1 for the first month instead of $5,
What?
and the streamer gets full income out of it.
Do it.
Oh,
So, just saying.
So if anybody wants to gift me a subscription, I'm all for it because I don't have Amazon Prime anymore.
Yeah, you gift Andrea a subscription to my channel.
just reminded me about a friend of mine who's got Prime who's wasting a subscription.
When he could be wasting it on our channel.
So on my day off, going around this place and I'm kneecapping.
Hmm.
Hey, Elizabeth,
Hey.
do you want to be a
Honey,
moderator?
What do gay milkmen say? Hi. Or gay cows. Hi.
Elizabeth's all about the milkman. She doesn't know shit about cows, though.
You show me a gay milkman, I'll show you a dairy.
There you go. So,
Yes.
Elizabeth, should I make you a moderator of the channel?
I don't know. You didn't speak quite highly of them earlier.
That's because they don't do shit. Kevin, how many times have you banned people, or have you... Devnall's here.
I don't need one more thing. I'm just trying to do the drawing. I don't think
I've banned anyone. The only time I came close to banning someone, I think you did it first, and that's when you had someone.
Probably.
Well, see, the only thing I think is great about a moderator, we can see all the horrible things that are, like, what is it, flagged and
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
be approved.
This comment, like, thank you, that's like the readers.
And even if it's deleted, we still get to see.
No, I mean it can, but I don't expect much from it. I'm drawing to.
Whatever.
Nice. There's the Devnall. Devnall.
Bob Ross emotes.
Good to see you, buddy. We'll get Ed in here in a minute.
Is he coming in here?
No. But,
Oh.
you know, he probably won't be able to sleep. He'll come look. He'll see we're on.
Because John's our Ed tonight. He's our paler Ed.
Is he gonna rant?
Tails, you should. What? Me rant? Shut up.
Yeah. You need to rant. Ed rants. You need you to.
I bet he can because he's quiet until you get him on something.
Not happening.
It could.
I recently watched The Incredible Shrinking Man, researching Pickelman's film.
Was it cold out?
That is an incredibly thoughtful, meaningful story. Good. I was kind of impressed. I'd never really seen it before, but friend said that was his favorite, and I said, all right. Wow. Cool.
Somebody
film.
called me a poser?
That's Bob.
Okay, baby.
Bob
is
knows
4%
posers.
Black, so he can say this.
Well, I'm 10%, so you can't say it's
Oh.
good.
Oh, Bob, he's got you on that.
By 9.06%.
Stealing his
Still in
hair.
the black man's culture.
Yeah, you definitely didn't steal the
No.
hair.
Elizabeth, I haven't seen The Incredible Shrinking Man. I've seen The Incredible Shrinking Woman.
Fabulous movie, by the way.
I didn't know there was one with a guy. You know,
Yeah, and he actually is fantastic.
We lost Kevin. We lost Kevin.
Fights a tarantula. It's the one where he opens the door and the big cat face is there. It's black and white. You might have seen clips of it. He accepts his fate and finds enlightenment and peace in it. Extraordinary. And it's very much like the Ant-Man idea about shrinking into infinite cosmoses.
Let me interrupt real quick. I'm sorry.
Damn, this is gonna take a little work.
Let me interrupt for a second, if I may.
Mm.
We're getting feedback off somebody's mic and speaker right now. And I don't know who. It's not Kevin, obviously, because he left and it's still happening. Uh-oh. Now we've lost Elizabeth.
Oh, why'd you make her leave? She's muted.
I can mute mine.
We'll give it a second, and we'll test each person individually.
Kevin says connection issues.
There's Kevin
And
again.
he's a bear.
Okay, John, do me a favor. Mute yours for a second. Okay, now everybody just start talking. Talk. Are we hearing it anymore?
I don't
No.
think so.
Okay, John, it was all you. You can unmute now. It might be fine until we get loud and rowdy. You've got to unmute.
Is your
There you go.
Twitch on? If your Twitch is on, just hit mute on that.
It's already muted.
No,
Oh.
what'll happen as Kevin comes and goes, popping in and out? What'll happen is, hold on, I gotta rearrange the things here. Elizabeth. Otherwise, John's gonna be Elizabeth again tonight.
Well, I'm at 5%.
Ready?
What, John?
Should have had my estrogen levels checked lately, but
It
When
could.
my friend told me that story, I was laughing so hard because I could not get that image of the shine chasing her. The story about she exercised every day.
When you said she didn't miss a day, I was at first I thought you were going to say she didn't miss a drop. I
Oh,
would have changed the story.
and she didn't want to swallow.
Oh my god. That's funny.
Thank you,
That's
John.
funny.
Which I don't know why we weren't getting it before. I'm getting it still, though. Wait.
I'm not.
Okay. Maybe.
Maybe
Blah,
it's
blah, blah,
you.
blah, blah.
I can hear it up at Bradley's.
Yeah,
Is it you? It's you. I think it's you.
I think it's you too.
It's you.
No?
Yeah.
Could
Is it
you,
me?
Andrea?
Oh, I don't know. Here.
Is it you?
Yeah, let's see. I was muted that whole time. Okay, it's Andrea.
It's on.
Well, Andrea, hold on. Don't worry about the headsets. Unmute real quick. Okay, here's what happens. Nope, I'm hearing it again. I'm wrong.
He's not too much.
I thought
You're hearing yourself in the other room.
we'll do this.
Probably.
Sometimes when you're talking and one of us talks loudly and gets excited, it like leaves your mic open to create the feedback thing. Like I don't hear it right now.
I'm excited.
Up, Kevin's coming back. Kevin's in, Kevin's out. Kevin's in, Kevin's
I like
out.
it when people get excited.
Now I'm excited. Kevin's back.
Come on, you bastard.
So that means you can take your headphones off, John. I know they switched your head.
Come on, Kev.
You can do it. What
Hey,
the hell
Bob,
is that?
I just want to point out right now Kevin is pretty black.
100%.
He's still the light of my life. I like that song.
Okay, right. The problem is trying to use my old camera. I've switched from browser. I've got a problem with my browser at the moment, so I switched to the Discord app. But I just need to change the buttons.
Were you using Discord through your browser?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never done that.
Why don't you just download the app?
I have. I was just using the browser because I came in and I flicked up. My phone died as I was walking in the door, so I flicked up Facebook to message Travis to tell him I was home. So since I had a couple of other windows open, I just opened it in the browser. But okay, give me a sec.
Bob, I'll also point this out. I've always got a little black. Cat lives matter. There you go, Colin. Oh.
Oh my goodness.
That's better.
There you
Yay.
go.
That's great.
You look beautiful. The camera's so much better now.
Really? There's something wrong with the camera, damn it.
Download.
Now I got a post-it note over your part of the screen. I just
Wise choice, I'd do the same.
drew a stick figure clown on it.
You surely need like 2 really long, thin post-it notes on top of each other to draw that accurately.
Whenever you're not here, Kevin, we just draw an oval on a yellow post-it note, put it on the screen, and act like that's your forehead right there.
No, the same.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the glare off and the light properly for you. Yeah. I don't care, John. People rib me about it all the time. All my mates are like, "Ah, you're a bastard going bald." I'm like, yeah, so? Think all the time I've been have to waste sorting out a hairdo.
And they like the backhand after they said that too.
Well, it's more of a downhand, to be honest. I'm striking at a downward angle. It's more of a chop than a backhand.
He is 6'15".
I'm the right one. So
Bob, I prefer saltine American, thank you.
See, I can't read Bob's comments at the moment.
Okay, Bob says he's feeling oppressed and depressed by all you crackers.
Oh,
But-
well, sorry about that, Bob.
But
It makes you
Devnall's
feel
here.
blacker. I am considerably whiter than your average white man, being British. So
Well, you
I
can
have like
say
3 hours of sun for this.
you can say cracker. You can't say cracker. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I guarantee that I am traveling faster than the speed of white. So I'm not quite white anymore. And we still have our
I'm
brother
not bothered.
Devnall.
I'm not bothered about the fact that I'm not allowed to go armed in this country because, frankly, if I get mugged, I just whip up my t-shirt and then I run away while they're still blind.
There you go. It's a Devnall. How have you been? We saw you for like 30 seconds last week. Everything going okay for you, man? You get your daughter's room taken care of now that she's off to college, or is that somebody else I'm thinking of? That's Bob. Or his son, Navy. I don't know.
Speaking as a man who has 2 teenage kids, I'm very much looking forward to a couple of years' time when they bugger off to university. I have plans for their rooms.
I bet it involves a snake.
Possibly.
Or fun?
Less obtaining new animals, more consolidating all the animals from around the house into a reptile room.
No.
See, and Devnall says, good to go, and the Knolls finally won a game. See, for Kevin, that's a totally different thing, because a Knoll is a type of lizard. It's actually a
Wait a
Knoll.
minute. What Knolls one? What is that? Is that a football? Or
College
is that...
football, yeah. The Seminoles.
Oh, it's the foosball.
No, it's the football.
Foosball, Bobby Boucher.
I don't play there.
I take it you mean American football
Yeah.
as opposed to soccer,
Yeah,
which is proper football.
which is a word we just made up to piss off the
Play
Brits.
there, John?
I almost played it, yeah, for the 7.
Oh.
The UC line.
Well, you know what else I could do? Devnall, I don't know if you've seen, I don't know if you read much, but I did publish a new book last week,
have to
5
wait,
days ago.
so-
You put a link in the...
Yeah, I'm going to grab it right now.
When it came to changing your room, Kev, my first thought was sex dungeon. And then I said, no, pub.
I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab it now.
No,
Okay.
private pub.
Oh, can I go grab it?
Well, all I can think of is on Netflix they have, what is it, Lemony Snicket's Unfortunate Events, and on one of the episodes the guy has a reptile room. That's what Kevin's gonna do.
Good idea, though. All in one area, easy to contain.
Plus, I can go and hang out with all my animals. With the exception of one, there's one snake that I won't put in with the rest, just because he'll get aggro if he can scent other animals. But he stays where he is.
Which
But
one?
the rest, my big Burmese. He's a big guy and he's quite territorial as well. So at the moment, there's one other snake in the same room as him. But it's right at the other end of the room, and it was there before him, so it's got kind of territorial established dominance in a sense. But if I moved stuff around, I wouldn't put him in a room with a lot of other animals, because all those different scents that close to his territory, he's of a size where you don't want him being aggressive a lot of the time. He's a pretty chilled out guy where he is, so he'll stay where he is, and everything else will move away from him.
Bob says reptile room is what he calls his boxer shorts.
By the way, my book has ranked on Amazon in the category of genetic engineering.
That's fabulous.
That's awesome.
Now it's
What does
under,
that mean?
basically they have different genres. So you have books,
Now,
subcategories. Mm-hmm.
is that because it's a concurrent theme in the novel, or
Yes.
is it listed that way the same way the book we wrote together was listed as a cookbook?
No, it does involve genetic engineering within the book, so it actually applies.
Oh, okay.
So
That one is kind of a cookbook too.
It is. So you have the category of books, subcategory of science fiction and fantasy, subcategory from that, science fiction, and then after that, the fourth subcategory, genetic engineering and cyberpunk, and under fantasy, superheroes. So, and each time you refresh a page, it'll be like, oh, here's different categories this book is in.
Do me a favour as well.
I didn't know
I know you posted that to Twitch, but if that's a new one, will you fire me that link into Discord as
Yeah,
well?
yeah.
So I got it for later. Cheers.
And this is the...
There was a lot of clips coming up here. What the hell?
Yeah, there's like 3 of them.
I'm hearing a lot of feedback. I hear myself.
Yeah, it's partly because I've been lazy and not using my headset as well.
No, it might. I think it's me.
I'm British. I automatically want to assume all the blame for everything that's going wrong.
As well, you should.
It's racially ingrained as well, Let's not even get started there.
Is everybody else hearing it
There
too?
are too many countries in the world I'd have to apologise to.
Yes.
Maybe that'll fix it. Nope.
Did it?
No. I hear myself. I hear myself. Oh my god.
Echo.
Yeah, pretty much.
Do you hear me better when I'm near? Or when I'm far?
Near.
There's a good thing for this in history.
Wow.
Well,
That's John. What shit happened, Joe?
the first drunk driving arrest was this day in 1897.
Was it a British bloke?
He was. He was in London, Texas.
Champion.
Oh, that's funny.
There's a brilliant. I can't remember it verbatim, but one of my favourite comics, Bill Bailey, has a bit in one of his earlier stand-up DVDs where he lists all of the things that are wrong with modern UK, like #1 in Europe for childhood asthma, #3 in the continent for childhood illiteracy, #1 users of cannabis in Europe, #1 users of it goes through this list, and at the end he's like, so basically to summarise, you modern day Brit is just a stoned, drunken, wheezing, lardy bastard shouting champions.
Cheers.
I just realized that 2 of my action figures are doing the naughty.
2 of your what?
Well, that'd be worth putting on.
Well,
Action
my
figures.
brain filled in action figures, but what I actually heard was 2 of my actions are doing the naughty. I'm like, does he just have like 6 actions? Like a
No.
That's a Green Lantern squirrel on top of Green Lantern, mounting him. And for the viewers, I'll do this for you, because it's 2 cameras set up. Yeah, that happened. By the way, John, Bob would like to know, is the White Ed drinking a malt beer?
That would be a monster.
Okay, we were talking about your beer, White Ed, not your penis.
Dang, hurt my knee.
Well, don't let it hit your knee when you're walking. Hey, Elizabeth.
Join the Cthulhu brewery.
Get the squad. Oh, good job.
Kevin, mute yourself for 1 second. Let's see if we get to blame you. Do we figure out who's actually Andrea, or are we still guessing?
It's not me. How about now? Oh, I don't hear me now.
I don't hear it either.
Rah, 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 rah. Nope, it's all Kevin's fault.
Blame the Brit.
what have we done now?
You're making work.
Right.
It's okay. I was about to say sometimes muting stops it, but it didn't. By the way, Bob earlier said reptile room is what I call my boxer shorts.
I said that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I'm just curious. Do
Now you're saying
your boxer shorts come when you call?
Bob's reptile room is in his boxer shorts. That sounds like something Iguana avoid.
Ah. Is that one of the new villains we need to fight in the Boxer Brief Rebellion?
Iguana avoid?
Is that better?
Yes.
Oh my god, yeah.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Ah, thank you.
No.
Sorry, I'm British. We react slowly to change.
Oh.
With butter.
Mm.
Got another one.
Oh no.
Wow.
No. Butter.
Look, I'm making frillies.
Oh, I think I heard that.
Boy.
See, and this is a show that never happened.
It's probably better that way.
Butter that way.
No better butter.
Mm-hmm. God bless America. Yeah.
Start.
I tried to say that now instead of God damn it, fuck everybody. So,
As you were.
We need to turn John up a little. He's quiet.
You're gonna turn him on. What? It is after hours.
Oh, good times.
After hours.
See,
You
we
know how
don't.
many times I had to say that into my phone? Because I would say, after, and it would be from Mike. Here we go. All right, I'm sending it to you. And,
What are you sending?
Yes, how many times Elizabeth's been to her?
How many times Elizabeth what?
Said after hours into her phone. That's weird.
after, a few.
Hey,
What
hey,
are you sending me? Where are you
I
sending
know,
me?
I'm showing you a shot from the movie.
and don't say that anymore. We don't need Bob falling asleep this early.
Hey, Bob. You said I should knit one. Is this one long enough?
Is that a penis warmer for Bob?
Yeah.
Bob said Andrea can make money knitting cock socks.
$20 is $20.
This is gonna cost more than $20.
Oh, $40 is $40.
There we go. I mean, is that long enough? You need like 50 more feet. What?
Extra long, normal width. Still kind of sad.
Ah.
That reminds me, I gotta wash the Tervis straws.
What is that?
We're missing one. I
What the hell are
think.
you doing with it?
Well, it was after hours, and there I was with
That's
2
just
Tervis
crazy.
straws and a cup of pudding.
Ew, that's not pudding.
My company have just introduced compostable straws.
Oh, so they're paper?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like a special kind of paper that's designed to biodegrade really fast. So when we use them, we have a special caddy to store them in afterwards, and they get taken with our recycling, but they get sent off and mulched down into agricultural compost.
Nice.
So you have to have a special trash can just for straws.
They send it out with the first batch of straws. It's quite smart. It just sits on the back of my bar, and it's like a little wooden box about yay big, with a slightly sloped metal inlay in the top with a big rectangular slot.
So
in.
it looks
when
like a
you take the
Sharps
straw
box
out,
that we could find in the bathroom for people's needles.
Yeah, but for compostable straws, so slightly less creepy. But yeah.
Just catch Kevin at night. You know how many people put their mouths on these?
My company's straws, all right? We're saving the fucking turtles. What have you done to save the turtle today?
Not today, but I actually saved a turtle from eating a snorkel bit.
Oh, was it your snorkel bit?
No, and a friend couldn't get to the bottom, couldn't stay long enough. She had different fins on, and she called me over and dragged me over. And then she's like, I need you to get this away from this turtle. And this enormous sea turtle with this huge beak is biting at it. I'm not going to stick my hand in there.
No, bad idea. I've seen some snapper wounds and stuff. They're nasty.
So I swam down to him, and then I just kind of got near him and went, oh! And it looked at me like, all right.
She uses the same defense on the subway.
I'm just annoying. I can make things go away. I use my dating strategy. I'm annoying. I make things go.
She opens with honesty, comedy, and being herself, and the turtle left.
Oh.
But-
You're kind of cute. You want to talk?
But she still gets to come on Talk of the Tavern for 8 hours a night.
I guess it has been about 8 hours, hasn't it?
She started at 3.
Well, who's people? Hey, Mom. Tell me what to do.
I'm sorry, it's just gone 2 in the morning here. Should I go because it's past my bedtime?
Bob hasn't asked yet, but he's going to wonder if you still nurse the kids to sleep.
Well, me? No, my breasts are sagging too much.
They have to lay on the floor. He'll stand up, you know.
Do you have a dollhouse, Andrew?
Here, I knit in your bra. Here's 1 cup.
Damn. 911. Calling a bird.
Oh, that's great.
Do you have a dollhouse? Do you? Do you?
You.
Yes.
No. No. I want one. I want to build one for my witch Barbies.
You gonna build it by Thanksgiving?
Oh, I don't have the money for that right now. Because what I want it so the Barbies can go in it. It's like a Barbie haunted house.
Anyone here watch CSI?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I remember they had a series of episodes where there was a killer who would send Grissom, I think it was, little miniature dioramas of the murder scenes.
Yeah.
Me and my friend were discussing over a few beers, strangely enough, one night, how cool it would be to just have in a room in your house somewhere when you didn't have children to justify a little doll's house where every room was set up as the scene of a gruesome murder.
Yeah, why not?
But just never explain it to anybody. Just leave it there, somewhere where it would draw comment.
And the
That's the
bedroom.
project.
And when you know you're going to have company, put post-it notes with like 2 or 3 names in each room. Not one name,
cannoli.
2 or 3 on each post-it note in different room. Especially if the
And
house
have
is set up to
their-
look just
have
like
them.
yours.
And just have
And the diorama, you have them like a little figure. Paint it like their clothes.
Bring in the doorbell to your house.
Hey, I hear a Kickstarter coming about.
Hey, we can put it in the back of the store.
Yeah, I don't know where we put it in this house. We have cats.
All the pictures start changing in the house, just slowly, little indicators that you're going to be murdered.
See, we can put it in jerseys, and John can change the background for the video because it's a green screen now.
Green.
Oh, that's funny. I do have a Bates Mansion model that I put together, and it lights up.
I have the Master Bates model.
Look, see the green? See, Kevin, see what I did today? I
Oh.
painted that green.
That's awesome. It's quite a fetching shade of green as well.
There's a superhero calling in Kevin.
It makes me wonder what the weather's going to be tomorrow.
Did you get somebody to stand up there and get the top part?
No, not yet.
Oh, because I'm very short.
I'll do it for free. I just charge travel expenses.
Yeah.
Kevin is, like I said, he's 6'15" or something, so he says he'll do
he
it
can
for
reach it.
free. You just got to pay travel.
Well, that blue guy that I just showed in the picture, he's 8 feet.
Well,
Just
he
strap
can't
the
reach
paint-
up there.
Strap the paintbrush to the top of him. Just pick him up.
Slap him
Job
around.
done. Yeah.
He's a little thin.
Bob, I would have read that comment, but I don't know what it actually means, because, like, AA is Alcoholic Anonymous.
I put those pictures up in
Where?
the Discord chat.
Okay.
I don't know how. I have no idea how funny this will be for people not familiar
Oh.
with the UK. But again,
He's going to
most
tell it
media-
anyway.
Yeah, I'm going to tell it anyway. I don't give a damn because I find it amusing. So I once lived in Liverpool, and I started the first ever combined group for recovering alcoholics and anger management issues. It was called AA. Calm down.
Oh my god, all these screenshots. Oh my god, there's a cat. Is he peeing on the house? Where do you see AA in the chat?
I think it says, I once dated a woman with a vicious snapper that bite.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh.
talking about the,
So,
I read it with the AA, yeah.
yeah, because I'm like, wait, what do you mean? He just can't write, you know?
I had a chance with her, Bob, but I couldn't afford to shell out for it.
No.
No.
I see the pictures of the guy with the cat. That's cool. I think I remember that movie.
There's one where it's over the shoulder shot and he's standing and he opens the door to the dollhouse. Right, so he would be here, and then the cat, the little head fills,
That's awesome.
and it's all it's so well done. A lot of the shots are projection on a screen, and you get the lighting just right on the actor, so he can stand in front of the screen. It looks amazing. Yeah,
Yeah, that's what they had to do for all the CG stuff. I want to have a Hitchcock marathon, with all of the all the Hitchcock movies and things.
No, that's a word.
I know I can't say this in front of this crowd, for God's sake.
I have a lot
I'm
of Hitchcock.
I'm just intensely disappointed that I'm not on Twitch at the moment and therefore can't redeem my cock at quite possibly the most apt moment ever. Thank you very much. There you go. It was better almost than the real thing.
I know. Yeah.
Now, Elizabeth, is there a way to find some of these old filming techniques that we could possibly use?
I wish I had my old textbooks when I took film classes.
That would be pretty cool.
Well, yeah, I should just research them and make them work.
Because we, when we do art classes or we do the comics, we go over even lettering, all the old ways of doing comics, so they know when they use the digital a little bit better. Take a look.
I don't know any specific books. I'm sure you can find it and look it up. And I just when I do, I watch several films, and once I figure out what I want to say story, I just look at the exact shots and mimic them.
Sure.
Best way I can. And I usually just use dissolves for shortening, like forcing perspective. And just, if they do it, just watch it, figure out how they do it, do it. And then that way I seem to learn it more. I'm sure there's a faster way.
Yeah, that might be pretty labor intensive too.
But it's just, I just got to get it done. So I just done, how do I think I can do it? Okay, I'll try this. Oh, it works. Okay, let's move on,
Well, and that's what you do a lot of times when you don't really have much of a budget. You use the old techniques because.
Just use them smart. Be smart about it. Sparingly.
Well, I know in some of the film.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
As I say, if you want to do the actual techniques, a lot of it is film, slice film, taping film together. So I don't want to waste time doing. If I had a lot of money, I didn't have to pay to do it. Sounds like fun.
Well, I know a lot of the lower budget movies back in the black and white era, they to make things seem bigger than they were, they would put shorter actors in the background for perspective.
Forced perspective, yeah. They use the same technique in films like The Hobbit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, those scenes where you've got Ian McKellen playing Gandalf walking alongside Elijah Wood playing a Hobbit.
Mm-hmm.
They literally just used clever forced perspective camera techniques to do that rather than CGing it in so that the acting appeared more normal.
There are literally, they're kind of not as known. I don't know. I'm kind of out of the festival circuit right now. There are festivals where you go in and you choose what film you're going to imitate a scene from, and then you have to produce within a period of time, a day or two, and shot for shot that scene. And
okay. Well, kind of like a homage or a tribute.
Yeah, like one group I saw did the Shaq team from Evil Dead 2 when he did the chainsaw. It's incredible, and they do it as fast as they can, right? So then you're forced to just commit and get it done and not make it perfect. And I think that's a good exercise, especially the best advice I ever got. I did study animation, but I took a few live action classes, and they said, go play with your camera, go play with the lenses, go imitate shots and make it work. Try to do it without post correction. Get to know your lens and what it's capable of. So that's what I tell John. Just have him play with it. Have him imitate things. The more you figure it out, the better you get at doing it.
So what I'm getting from this is play with yourself and see
Right.
what your lens can do for you.
Just don't text anyone dirty photos.
And don't force your own perspective.
Or
You guys are gonna get me in prison.
something really big here, and always remember overlap. It's just like drawing overlap thing. So you want something really big, You know, if I'm here, you can't see me, but if I get right here, I'm talking and I disappear behind it. This looks big. No, it's
You mean it's not?
far.
I also
Magic.
couldn't help notice, but what
Yeah.
huge hands you have.
And watch Citizen Kane. That was the best movie I ever learned from, and I still do. Citizen
Really?
Kane is phenomenal.
Oh.
Everything you want to learn about film. Truly.
Okay.
Yes.
And now for something completely different.
Oh Lord.
No.
You guys show us his reptile?
Show us the monster.
No, I would do, but it's a bit late in the evening to be bothering him.
No nipples.
No. No, I stepped off camera earlier to change my shirt.
Snake nipples are okay though.
What a shame they don't have any then.
Well, it doesn't mean you can't draw some on.
Yeah, it's like in an attempt to make them more seductive during breeding season. This is not a technique I'm sure has been widely tried.
Don't
Maybe you're
use
onto something.
pasties,
I
because
might
then
give
you
it a
just
go.
get a line of 8 of them.
Why stop there? We could go for full prosthetics, knock the snake out, get some implants done.
You should
Maybe
tell
a
us
touch
where
of
you at.
They have the stickers, and we can get you the nipple stickers, and you can put them in random places.
Not the scratch and sniff ones though.
Ooh.
Smell like real nipple.
As long as they don't smell like real rabbit, you're all right.
Well,
What
the hell was that?
Oh, that was that thing that you guys got off of.
Porn?
Oh.
No. Well, could be.
One of the guys volunteers political event was wearing a shirt that said Pornhub.
Hell yeah. I mean, what's that?
Once again, I tend to not advertise my vices.
That's the target market for the STD app that Travis wants.
That's
There
right.
you go, Travis. That's your up.
There's got a mall app that he wants.
Yeah. See, I came up with a genius idea. You're familiar with
Okay.
Pokemon Go, right?
Uh-huh.
STDs, gotta catch them all. You walk around with your phone, and like Pokemon, it can show you the real area and the Pokemon appears. But instead, when somebody walks across your camera view, it matches them with something in the database, and then it like freeze frames them and go, here's a cute blonde with herpes. Do you want to try to get laid? And you got to throw your balls at her. Yeah,
I can see where you're going with this, but I think there's a limited market for people who are going to spend 6 or 7 hours a day training up their gonorrhea so it beats my chlamydia.
I don't know.
Oh. Wow.
And you can make up extra STDs like foot and mouth disease.
Put in mouth?
That's better.
Yeah,
Let's go with that.
fling in a few random diseases as well, you know, don't all have to be STDs. BSE, mad cow disease, there you go, there's a fun one.
No.
Only when you're in the bar and you like your camera pans across the heavy set woman who's angry, you get mad cow disease.
Mm-hmm.
So
That was a joke. Do you guys have mad cow disease over there?
Not anymore.
we got
Thanks
shots for it.
asking.
We had an outbreak, I suppose probably a decade ago now, that was quite a
Right.
serious one, and at the time there was the joke was going around, what's the difference between BSE and PMT? One's mad cow disease and the other one's something to do with beef.
Oh.
And what do you call it there? Because we call it PMS.
BSE, bovine spongiform
No.
encephalopathy.
The other thing.
What other thing?
PMS.
PMT, premenstrual tension.
Okay, we call it
That's
PMS.
because it affects everyone around. Everyone with it.
premenstrual totality.
Prior to meltdown takeoff.
Instead of tension, we have, I think it's syndrome.
It's just whatever.
Sympathy.
Hmm.
It is what it is.
I'm glad.
It's your body wanting a roommate, and you going, no. No. They can see.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they make the joke, what does PMS stand for, instead of what it really stands for. They say putting up with men's shit.
Mm-hmm.
Bob says T is for torture. That's why I signed my name T. Sivart.
Torture Sivart.
And it's my gang name, Torture Sivart. It's terrifying across the lanes of the highway. Not the whole highway, just one little crosswalk.
Like hanging out on the Central Reservation.
That's like the conversation we had earlier, John, when you were talking with someone and they said torture is always wrong. And I was going to say, we got off this topic. I was going to say, what if I really want it?
$20 is $20.
For it, yeah.
Well, actually, it's kind of funny because that agent actually has the senator torture him.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, he goes, and if you're not doing it right, I'm going to go ahead and kill your child. Of course, nobody knows what we're talking about.
I know.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
I know about the story.
Hey, Kevin, sorry that John thinks you're no one.
The eye.
I saw it. That'll be
It's
the
a
needle.
great picture, though. It's
They're mandatory evacuating Matthew. Wow.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Now, where is that again?
Now.
They're doing what? I didn't hear.
Oh, Matthews. They're because of the.
How'd that happen?
Did I hand it to you? What? That's great.
Fuck yeah. I said I would.
I'm waiting for my first review. Artie is almost done with the book, so she'll be able to do the first review.
I'll give you a review right now. I didn't know you needed one. I'll do it right now.
I can't give reviews. They
No,
won't let me.
Andrea
like,
cannot.
do. And all the ones I had before, they're like, they took them away.
You can't do it. Why? Because you don't have Prime anymore?
Nope, because
No,
we're connected. Like, we had the same address for a delivery.
Because we have the same address now, fucker.
No, they did it years ago before we even lived together, but one of us had something shipped to the other one's house, so they went, oh,
Yeah.
you're attached, you can't give a
Yeah.
review. Which I guess is reasonable, but
You won't tell me what to do.
that's right. It's but no, you can read it first and form an
That's an
opinion.
original, Kev.
Thank you.
Did you sign it?
I don't know.
No.
I don't know that.
Not even the back. The hell? You have to sign it when you come out here.
I
Then you have
know.
to go visit Kevin and sign his.
All right, deal. See you next week.
Don't tell her what to do.
No problem. I'll be at work.
Yeah.
It's
Like
fine.
always?
Yeah, like always.
He'll
It's
have
cool.
a pint for you.
Come midweek at about 10 o'clock for the last hour. I'm pretty much guaranteed to be, if not almost empty, then actually empty for the last hour because of the remote location. So, frankly, we can start the lock-in early.
Okay.
Drinking after licensing hours in the pubs in this country is perfectly legal as long as you're invited by the landlord. And since I am now the landlord,
We're gonna drink that place dry.
then I'll tell you what, if you can drink that place dry, I'll be impressed. It's not a small pub.
Just make sure you film this Or is
We'll
it
we'll go down trying.
Film it.
Yeah, you
We'll be streaming live during the session.
Yeah.
Along with the news cameras.
I'll go
Live
there
and
hold the
direct from the
camera.
Hare and Hounds.
Sounds good to me.
Wait, what is it called?
What's it called? The Hare and Hounds.
That reminds me.
It's a tip of the hat to the English countryside tradition of blood sports, fox hunting, using packs of hounds.
No, not that one.
Sounds like a plan.
Do they rent motorcycles out there?
Yeah, there's a motorcycle dealership that's in the yard of a farm about 3 miles away, and they sell, but they rent as well.
She ran
She
away.
sneezed
He's
herself
got-
off the show.
He's got everything from little pets to Harleys in there. It's only a smallish place, but yeah.
She ran away.
Off she goes.
I want to go back for the candy and the chips or the crisps. God, I missed that. Can't get any of that stuff here.
It's time for another emergency aid food parcel, isn't it?
I
Wait till
missed
it gets
the
cooler.
Pringles and the
Pringles, Orange Club biscuits.
and what is? Oh God, there's something I had. It was little bags of stuff.
It was like the
Right.
ham and cheese potato chips.
Oh. And then there's like these things that they're kind of like Funyuns, but they're beef flavored or something. I don't know what the hell it was, but they were so good.
Beef flavored onion rings.
Onions.
They're not Funyuns. They're something else.
Bunions?
Not Bunions. God.
It's a beef
I don't know.
onion.
We went
It's a
into the
bunion.
little grocery store and they had a lunch special. You get this and this and this for this price, and we did that and went and sat on the beach. That was great. It's great. I miss the food.
Send me a list.
You'd be on top of that list, Kevin.
Yeah.
I'd be
Just
all over
don't-
that list.
Just don't sit on top of the food. It's okay.
No,
Ew.
no, it's fine. There's always the risk that you will receive semi-melted club biscuits anyway without me sitting on them.
Well, that's why you wait till winter. Never
Yeah, well,
summer.
this is
Oh
it.
my God.
Winter is upon us now, or at least for Britain it is. We've
It's
had our
upon
3 minutes
you.
of sunshine.
We're getting hurricanes. You're getting winter. Don't send them
No.
yet. Give it another 2 months.
We've long since established that whatever we're up to in Britain, you're doing it bigger and better. we get that. It's not a competition anymore.
Yeah, it is.
That's because we're winning.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. You keep on winning, we'll keep on drinking.
Yeah.
Oh, I put a link in the chat
essentially-
if you're far. Sorry.
So essentially, British national pastimes have now been reduced to binge drinking, casual racism, and mild unnecessary violence.
Wasn't it
So-
always?
Good weekend.
Yeah. We're traditionalists. We like to stick with a theme, you know.
That's our thing for Thanksgiving.
Quick, write it down.
Binge drinking. Say that again.
Binge drinking, mild racism, and unnecessary casual violence.
And hello, Jewel. Good to see you
Well,
lurking.
it is the Indians versus the Cowboys, you know.
The football game
Mild
is.
I was going to say, is that a football
Last
thing?
one? Well, mild racism and what?
Unnecessary casual violence.
Yeah, that kind of describes a
Yeah,
football
wow.
game here, doesn't
Yes,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, that's football.
Especially since.
Violence in Britain's an integral part of a night out, in a sense, especially in certain subcultures. You know, it's the traditional holy triumvirate of a good British night out, which is far too much alcohol, probably ending in vomiting, a kebab, and a good fight.
As for the mild racism, we have the Dallas Cowboys playing the Washington Redskins, which people have fought to have that name changed, feeling that calling them the Redskins is offensive to Native Americans.
Is that the Thanksgiving game?
Yeah,
We
that's
think
three,
so.
but this is generally historically the one. Now, the thing about the Redskins, though, when they ask the American Indian nations and they go on the interview and they survey them, it's like 76 to 80% don't give.
Yeah.
Don't care.
It's the white people once again getting up in arms on behalf of other people who are like, we don't
White
care.
People, it's just people being stupid.
No,
I think you're right. I think
white people. Am I right? Bob, back me up.
Did you do any sound work for any of them?
Give me time. I'm sorry.
Thumbs up for not sabotage.
Yeah, very well.
Capitalism at its.
There you go.
I like that band Sabotage. What's wrong with them?
That's not a band, that's a song by the Beastie Boys.
Sabotage.
Sabotage is also a band.
It's a good song.
I would imagine.
That's a fun video, man.
Yeah, that's why I was
I
just
love
thinking.
their
It's a
video.
great video.
Yeah, they did a good job.
I don't know why. It's one of those music videos that sticks in your head. The moment I hear a note of that song, I can see those images in my head crystal clear.
Hey, Dad.
Agreed.
Hey,
Jewel-
Joel.
Yeah, she just said hello, lurking because Jamin keeps messaging and calling from the Dino Fair. Are you
John, that
guys?
sounds awesome. That's like the coolest convention ever. Dino Fair.
Actually,
You're right on line.
has anybody seen?
Hey, are
Has
you
anybody
guys gonna be at MarsCon? Are you bringing dinosaurs to MarsCon? If so, that'd be great because the dinosaurs, you need to bring Pickle Man to ride a dinosaur.
Oh.
Is
When
anybody?
is Mars?
Go ahead.
January.
Ginger.
Has any,
January 18th to the 20th.
Mm-hmm.
here I go.
Where is it?
MarsCon.
Damn it!
So it's Williamsburg, Virginia. I
in
put up the link. Wait, MarsCon.net. Check it out. This year's theme's fairies.
Has anybody seen the latest Jurassic Park movie?
No.
Was that Jurassic World? That one?
I don't remember.
Did we see
Jurassic
it?
World, we just can't let this thing die.
No, I don't think so. I think the last one I saw was not the most recent one, but the one before.
I don't
Okay.
think I don't know if I saw it. I don't know.
Why is it good?
We haven't seen it.
Oh, I haven't seen it then.
John, have you seen it?
I have not. I have not seen any of them.
Fallen Kingdom. That's the subtitle.
No, I haven't seen that one.
Once again, prophetic writing. Once again.
Well, if you guys come out, Joel, that'd be cool. Just let us know.
A veiled British reference.
I would like to talk to them about our Comic-Con them coming up. That would be great.
Hey,
Hey.
Joel, how can John get in touch with you guys?
That was a reference to some conversations we had earlier, Kevin, regarding movie posters and somehow how some of my favorite posters have been suggestive of the success of the film.
I think I have them on Facebook. Probably not.
Okay. Well, I know they have some way to contact, but I don't.
I think I've got an email.
One was
Because it's about the same as getting the silly outside inflatable thing that we never use anyway.
Oh, get dinos.
Definitely.
the one poster was for Mamma Mia, and it's called Here We Go Again. The other one was for the Emoji Movie, and all I had was a giant bird emoji on it, and I thought, well, there you go.
But you know who plays that one?
Patrick Stewart.
I know, that's so funny.
No, it just goes to show you the AM&M people do anything.
By the way,
Have
he
you
has
watched
he
it?
has one line in the movie, and he's walking out of the bathroom with his son and makes a poop joke.
Have y'all seen the Emoji Movie?
I have.
No.
I know we watched it. It's better than I thought it would be because I'm like, I don't want to watch that shit. But it's alright. It's alright. It's a cute movie. It's not all poop joke. Thank God.
It's not all. Great phrase. It's not all poop jokes.
You know.
It's my idea of hell. I have very limited social time at the moment, which is why I've not been on the show, for one thing. I can't think of anything worse than watching the Emoji Movie.
I also watch
Oh my
Angry
God.
Birds.
Here we go again.
Socially, I'm in a kind of semi-hibernation mode where I've cut down to just literally life's essentials, like drinking whiskey and playing Magic.
Oh, there you go.
Got some cards to send you.
Oh, I love you. In an entirely straight, platonic, brotherly kind of way. Why, Ed?
Unless if it's enough cards, then he'll consider more.
I'm guessing you were listening earlier, but before I forget to say face to face, thank you very much for my class.
Ah, you're very welcome.
That's awesome.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
They haven't got it yet. We just like to show it to them and then lick the edge.
We're just gonna. John's new name is White Ed.
White Ed sounds like it'd be a cool movie poster.
Hey, there we go. Write a script.
yeah.
You heard it here first. Coming to a cinema near you.
I still have the line, looking at it and just licking the edge, rolling around in my brain.
You realise if we ever make White Ed, we've got to get Black Ed to play a cameo.
Of course.
Just one of those quiet background roles where he's just
He'll
there for
play.
people in the know. Yeah.
He'll play White Ed's shadow.
Just follow him around.
Like Peter Pan and his shadow.
I gotta get some clothes.
Why is Peter Pan always tired?
Is it casual Friday?
Why?
Because he never lands.
Oh, thanks, sir. I
Oh,
like your pants,
Frankly, you set yourself up for that.
Reading an article, can you ever have a
Typhoon Moranti
category
sustained
6
winds of 190 miles.
hurricane?
So can you ever have a Category 6?
Because they only have up to Category 5. Apparently, only if the National Hurricane Center decides to adjust the scale.
Mm-hmm.
What was
Can
that?
you do me a favour? If you're going to have another one of those shows where like cool stuff comes flying through the side of your house, can you like message me and let me know so I'm watching at the time?
It was almost tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, Daniel from the Foo Fighters concert. I didn't know he played an instrument.
He's a singer. Or is he the fighter?
I love that song, Everybody Was Foo Fighting.
Oh my god. No.
I've got a bunny singing that in one of my videos.
Everybody was Foo Fighting? Oh, yeah.
Great band live.
Foo Fighters?
Yeah, really
Much better
awesome.
than not live.
Excellent. Well, obviously, yeah, like any band. But no, great live performances. I've seen them 3 times now, I think.
Oh.
Twice by coincidence, because they were at festivals where I'd gone to see other stuff, but I enjoy them, so I went and watched them. But once where I actually went to see a Foo Fighters gig. But, yeah, always really good live, loads of energy. They get them on a good night. They're quite chatty as well. They engage with the crowd well. So rather than just feeling like you've turned up, here we are. There's the performance. Fuck off home. It's it's engaging.
Nice.
Subway performance.
That's a little too engaging.
They had someone was telling me, we were talking about the dancers. It's usually a bunch of young black guys, and they come out their speaker, and they make everyone sit to the side, and then they do this aerobic dancing all on the poles, swinging around like right by you. I've never seen anyone get nailed close. And he was telling us, I said, well, one time they got a little rowdy with us, and they weren't happy because people weren't tipping. He said, one time they were screaming at tipping, and they were up and down, and people were yelling, we didn't ask you to do this, That's a fight. And I said, oh, to be on that train. That's the way. I didn't touch that.
I have
That is
considered
great.
bringing in interviews of everyday people who do interesting jobs.
Why not?
You know, it's and examples
You
of
know,
yes, Andrea.
oh,
What were you saying?
my computer cut out. Did you finish what you were saying?
No, but go on.
Oh, interesting jobs that people do. Someone that cleans up crime scenes. I really want to talk to those people. Is that just me?
No.
No, but you should make sure you find people that are interesting to talk to. Not everyone's interesting when you talk to them.
No, I don't know if they're interesting. I just want to know about it because cow.
They can't be worse than some of the guests we've had. I
Oh no, yeah.
think Andrea and I are thinking of the same person.
Talk to anyone?
Okay, you know what? He was interesting.
Yeah, that's not who I was thinking about. That one was just like, oh my god.
Doesn't mean he was good, but he was interesting.
It was unforgettable, that's for sure.
We still talk about him.
It's been a few years now. With any pool of guests, you're going to get the same weird cross section you get in normal society.
Sure.
Oh.
But even,
Okay.
you know, like talking to John about running a comic and game store, or talking to somebody who works like I do at Amazon sorting boxes. I know it sounds boring, but they get a point of view that we don't.
You get good stories sometimes. I have great stories from my work too.
Right. People who have worked at strip clubs, and not necessarily a stripper, though that's fine too, you know, but
I've done that.
yeah.
Well, not stripper, but worked at strip clubs.
I'll be doing the stripper thing a little later.
What? On air?
$20, $20. Everybody Play around like the 7 males dance.
Oh my god.
Except they're
I
sweaty
love
hankies.
Kraken. Release the Kraken. No.
Now,
And I imagine working at the pubs has tons of interesting stories. Minus
Oh, how many years have you got?
now, Andrea, you know in Talent Agency, there's a whole story about Gaynell in there, right?
I think you said so.
And earlier, Saoirse asked me if one of the other characters was influenced, because the character Gaynell is actually immortal, and Talent Agency was using her blood to create super soldiers, but they would turn ultimately violent. So they had to kill them off. And
She did.
That's her.
but she asked if one of the other characters that kind of became a super soldier type character was actually influenced by the blood of this other story. And I'm like, it could be. I never define it. That's a great connection that you made. One I didn't think of.
did we have him strapped to a pole? And no, that's
With a lube gun and some handcuffs? That's a different story.
You see, Kevin, both Elizabeth, well, all three of these folks play in the superhero game together.
Yeah.
On my channel.
So, yeah, there was one night.
Yeah, I watched one episode of that.
I think you did. I think you joined us for that, yeah.
One evening.
But there was one episode where John's character had the bad guy handcuffed to, like, the car lift in a mechanic's shop, and he had duct tape in one hand and a lube gun in the other as he was coming at the bad guy.
Who
He
is
was coming at the man.
on the pole with some fuzzy handcuffs?
I was not there.
See, and that's the kind of things I'll allow for the story where, like, John's like, does she have handcuffs? A fuzzy handcuff? I'm like, yeah, let's say yes to that, just because.
Because damn it, that's funny.
Yeah, that's worth adding to the story. And I want to say John asked for handcuffs and Andrea added fuzzy handcuffs, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I think he did.
Did he? Was
did.
that all you, John?
no. I think he probably had it.
whatever. It was just, it's there.
Mine aren't fuzzy.
Surprised that the whip didn't fall out.
Yeah.
Use
Hey,
as a
you've
writing
got
card.
orange slices. I can have.
Very true.
I was unconscious. I was not near there.
No, you had fallen off a building, or out of the air, I should say.
Right. I hate to say it, but I need to go.
Oh, on that,
Yeah.
see, we mentioned fuzzy handcuffs, and he's like, oh, gotta go.
Yeah, you just reminded me of somewhere I should have been a while ago. No, it's I was getting up at 3 in the morning. I just realised I need to get some sleep because I've got another 15-hour day tomorrow. So.
Oh, good times.
Thanks for joining us.
It's been awesome. It's been really thanks. It's been really nice hanging out with you guys. I miss you all, and I'll be back as soon as I can on a regular basis. Probably, I think not next week, but the week after. I'll talk to you guys off air about that.
Very good.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Good night, guys. Take care.
Good night. Okay, switch to the
Now you have
force.
to readjust everything.
Nope, got it. Already done. Good to go. Now, what about the rest of us? Do we want to bail now?
What's up,
I will be
Shoegaze?
bailing. The game starts and
What game is it?
it's the Raiders game. I've
The football.
in an attempt, just part of my magic, keeping people around on this remote realm, where we will watch sporting events together and talk the whole time and college or back and forth.
Nice, nice.
Reasons to keep fighting. Reasons to
What shirt do you wear, Elizabeth?
I wear a medium.
Because I'm a Vaderette shirt.
A what?
Vader.
Vaderette shirt. It's got Darth Vader's, but it says Vaderette.
Gotcha.
Fancy. All right. I'll wear it to the Raiders game. I'll fix it to this. So this is the front, and then the Raiderette's the back.
There you go.
It'll be
That's
badass.
Are they coming to New York to play the Giants? Or the
Yeah, they play. But, I've been a Raiders fan quite a while. It's kind
Nice.
of a family thing. It's just, we like them because they don't lie about who they are. They admit to being thugs and rapists and thieves.
Oh, well, like you do.
I'm a Chargers fans.
Oh, it's tonight. Oh, cool. Let's hope for a good game. No injuries.
We already lost.
Oh, it's the Rams tonight. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we lost to the Chiefs.
Oh, what was the score?
A lot to probably not a lot.
Oh.
I watched the Chiefs and the Chargers because the Chiefs have our proverbial, well, like the Raiders used to have the Seahawks.
Yeah.
The Seahawks were, when the Raiders were good, the Seahawks somehow found a way to beat them, and then back and forth they went. So,
Well, I'm still not happy with NFL and the whole national anthem and the kneeling and all that crap. All that stupid, obnoxious, self-absorbed crap. But I've decided there's priorities in life, so I'm going to forego it.
and eventually just fade away. If people could, yeah.
Let's hope so. I hope it's like something that just won't wipe out. Sometimes things are cancerous. People get so self-absorbed with either power or whatever, and they don't appreciate the impact of what they do and say. You're either part of the solution or part of the problem. And for me, that's part of the problem. Wrong place. Obtrusion.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yep.
Okay, go watch your game. John, I guess you probably want to go home sometime tonight.
Well, we can go till 10, right? Isn't that
Yeah,
when
yeah, we got 9 more
Yeah.
minutes. We go to 10.
All right, let's have some shots.
I have a question. Okay. Now, Elizabeth, when you were doing the stuff for school, the after school thing, what is that title? After school program or program leader or program director? What?
Oh,
What was that
it's
called?
teaching artist mentor. And then
Well, I'm
it's
just
coordinator.
Mentor.
okay. Because I'm looking, I'm always applying for jobs, especially if it's got good benefits. They're looking for a program leader for the Parks and Rec out here is looking for a program leader. and it doesn't really have any description.
You just need to have good management skills. You probably need to be able to do a budget, and then you know,
I mean, I've done stuff
teaching
before.
experience would help.
Are they listening to salary?
Yeah, you're more than qualified.
Yeah, because I used to do stuff for daycares and all that.
Mhm. Exactly, you're more than qualified, and you've passed background checks, so you could
Mhm.
absolutely be valuable in that job.
See, I just couldn't do the because they're hiring for all kinds of stuff year round, but I cannot be a lifeguard. That's a no. And I'm not a sports director. I teach kids how to play football. I'm like, this is a football. That's the extent of my knowledge.
Are you? Hang on, sports director. Are you actually coaching the sport, or are you just directing the entire program?
I don't know, but I'm not really good with the sports, so that's not really what I would go for. But I've done after-school programs, kind of like what you
Yeah.
did. I've done things like that before. I was just wondering what your title was.
I say apply for it and don't worry about
All they
that
can say
problem.
is
when you
no.
get
Well, I work with Parks and Rec here, and their sports coordinator. I mean, he doesn't got a coach. He just organizes all the and makes sure we have coaches.
Oh, well, maybe I'll inquire for this because it doesn't pay that much, but
That's why I asked you what the salary was, because I know out here in Gloucester they hardly pay them. I mean, a lot of us are volunteers.
well, this is a paid position, and they're hiring year round, so we'll see.
It's part of the county, right?
Mhm.
So it should have benefits.
I
Because
say
I'm-
apply. Give them the power to say no. I don't say no to you.
Yeah, well, that's what I said. All they could do is say no.
Yeah.
Because I applied before for the library, but they had hired someone right before my resume got in. I've worked at libraries before. I used to be a librarian. So, yeah. That's it.
Land is fair. All right. All right. I was just looking at Marscon. Pocket. Late in this year.
What?
It's the third weekend in January.
It's always the third weekend. Martin Luther King weekend. They do that because most people have Monday off for the holiday. So,
What holiday is that?
Martin Luther King Day.
Oh, yeah.
King
Okay.
Junior Day. I don't know what they call it now. But that one. So.
Oh, that's the, no, it's the 20, oh, the Monday.
Yeah, that Monday is usually, people are usually off.
And just for anybody who is watching, after this, once everybody else goes, I'm going to take a quick break, then I'll be back. But I'll be playing Star Wars, The Old Republic, online video game. So feel free to hang out, I'll still chit-chat. But, yeah, I'll
I'm going
be...
to try to download that at the house. And my system here wouldn't run it.
Really?
Yeah, because the video card is too new, I guess, or something.
Oh.
It just like crap. And it's like, wait a second, I've got a GTX 1080 in
Now,
this thing.
do you have 2 video cards?
I don't have this one that's alive. No.
Okay. Because sometimes that'll cause an issue.
I think because it's a 4K monitor, I don't think it's on at that high definition. At the house, I have a 1080 monitor.
There you go. Well, let me know if you get in.
I would.
Whoa.
That's what she said.
The giant cock of life.
Oh, yeah, you saw the clip there.
Yeah, I did. Oh, dear. Oh, well.
If you don't like it, tell me, I can delete.
Yeah, I know.
I think after this, I'm going to, because I made this, all these ruffles, I'm going to put this around the blanket that I made. My very first blanket.
Nice.
Sounds like a story.
I'm rubbing my fish.
You're rubbing your fish.
Rubbing my
Butter.
Don't put butter on the cat.
Butter.
fish is great
I
with
did
butter.
alright with this. I'm very happy with this yarn. I got it at the Dollar Tree for $1. I'm so happy.
For $1?
$1.
Did I tell you that a woman, I was handing out postcards at the event, talking about going to a film festival. Occasionally someone will have either heard of it or, oh yeah, I've always wanted to go, and every once in a while, whatever. And this older woman said, oh, I went to that last year. And I said, oh, that's great. I went to 2 different blocks. And maybe it's because I've lived in Manhattan, but I thought the films were quite amateurish. I didn't enjoy it at all. I said, well, thank you. I said, amateur today could be your professional tomorrow. Thank you for supporting independent. And then I walked away.
Why did you go to 2 of them?
Yeah. I guess I won't see you there, you bitch.
Well, no, that's the person that will buy 3 blocks next time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Just so they can bitch about it.
Yeah.
yeah, not even, they were a little rough, but I enjoyed this, or I enjoyed that, it was kind of neat seeing. No.
You should have asked her how she feels about YouTube.
Well, every party needs a pooper.
What are you doing to this asshole? What's that?
She was just passing through.
Oh. That's so sad. So are you gonna stay streaming when we get off, or are you gonna cut off too and then come back?
I'm going to stay streaming. I'm just going to put up a video so I can take a quick break.
Okay.
What was that?
Some.
Oh, that was that. Okay. Wasn't sure if I was getting...
John, did you scroll up in the Discord messages and see the cutest cat ever?
He's so fun.
It is so
Oh, it's a nice pink nose pussy.
crazy.
Whose cat is that?
I found it online
Oh,
and Facebook.
It's where we get all our pussy nowadays. Online.
Online.
Facebook.
That's a cute pussy, pink pussy though. See? Why can't be cute? Why can't be cute?
Just ask
Yeah.
Ed.
Well.
Our household wants it. Oh, yeah. We'll see. Well, a puppy's not quite a puppy anymore, so maybe now would be good to bring in a kitten.
We'll be the bestest friends.
Maybe.
Oh, Otter.
But see, we could totally give that a shot. See what I mean, Jelly Bean? Kitty cat and man. You could make that a pickle.
Oh, yeah.
And they could even grab the pickle and throw them around.
You gonna grab the pickle?
That would be fantastic. Especially if we get them really shaking.
You can see
Who's
the
the man or the cat?
Pickle man. It'll be funny.
Pickle man
Oh, here we go again. I usually don't rip them apart.
But who's gonna be shaking it?
3D printer stuff for it.
Yeah, no, you make it out of foam or cloth, and you just let the cats go to town, and then you remove the sound. Just,
Elizabeth, did you hear John?
yeah.
About the
It's a
3D...
printer.
Yeah.
Yep.
He could 3D print a pickle.
3D printed pickle. Do you want to waste your plastic on it?
Why? Why not?
Okay, I mean, yeah, I got one in clay. You could. Did you need a 3D model?
No, I'm sure Thingiverse has quite a few pickles.
You'll have to show him your pickle.
Armatures to make a puppet and some other stuff that you said you wanted. Ooh, get some servos and we can actually radio control it.
Her pickle doesn't have arms.
Pickle.
Okay, so I can wheel it up. All right. All right, I'll plan for that. Thank you very much. It's very generous. Absolutely. Let me plan shots for that one.
Well, actually, I'm thinking in the bottom, if I can get a gyro to kind of sit in the bottom,
Yeah.
motorize that, it'll still be able to somewhat move around. Sort of like
BB-8.
that BB-8 thing. I could probably go find one of the toys for it, convert it over, put it in the bottom of the pickle, and then it'll be weighted so the pickle can move around.
And you, I'm already on another film. I was thinking because I did a film, I was just gonna roll pickles sideways, but if you put a weight in it, roll. All right. Let's go to that. I'm willing to.
Can I tell you about the one camera that my buddy's got?
No.
It looks like a cannonball, and it's gyroscopic. You can roll it on the ground, and it can go over hills and stuff, but it always self-orientates to wherever you tell it to be. So you can roll it underneath cars and stuff, and you take pictures as it goes underneath it.
Oh, I want to see. I'd love to see that.
It's old, but it's pretty cool. I mean, but it's pretty incredible because at first I said, yeah, I don't think that's going to work. And sure enough.
So it just rolls, and then it's
got a gyroscope
slows
inside.
down.
Keeps the camera always orientated to whatever angle that they set
As it rolls.
So you're basically getting a dolly shot from any direction.
Ball sized camera. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they use a lot for like rolling it down the hill, for taking pictures
as
as
it stays on you.
Because it stays always.
Okay, so it's a fixed focal point section. All right, I'll do it.
Well, underneath cars and stuff, it was pretty cool too. I like this.
Do you have a drone?
Oh, it crashed, but
How much was it?
oh, it was a $2,000.
Oh,
We got a really good deal on it. And what had happened was we were taking it out to test it the first week, and the front engine went out, so it just dove straight.
And they're like brittle.
Hour. But the guy on eBay said, well, I'll give you a partial refund and send you another engine. And I said, no, thanks. Because it could be the controller, could be one of the circuit boards in it. And I said, I don't know enough about it to take that chance. We'll get another one. It's just now it's down the road a bit.
I don't need to play with it. I mean, I'd love to play with it, but I don't need to. But I would love to sit down with someone good at flying theirs and shoot some footage, some planned footage, see if it would work. Because I've seen them. They have races and like stadiums.
They do.
And
So there's an RC shop that was down here. Now they're out of business. But we set it up in the parking lot, and we set up pylons with balloon with strings at different heights and stuff. Unfortunately, one of the young men flew his towards Route 17.
Oops.
And thus ended all the fun for all of us because the landlord said no. Because I could just imagine if that would have, not only that are you out a drone possibly, but you can kill somebody in their car if it hits somebody's car and they could crash into somebody else. And it was just, put an end to it. But it was fun while it lasted for the short period of time. But yeah, they got ones that go wickedly fast.
Yeah, that's what I saw. And they take corners and they actually go behind the seats. I mean, it's extraordinary the race they do. And then one bumper, you misjudge, there's your several $1,000.
Now, most of those don't have cameras.
No, because they're speeding, But I would really like to, see what can be done. I have some ideas.
Well, there's a couple that are really fast that have. I mean, they probably use them more for pace drones or whatever.
Because it doesn't need to be fast. What I was thinking, but
a Spire will go over 30 miles an hour. I mean, it's pretty fast.
Well, I want a camera on. I want a camera stable, and I think people are not thinking the right ways. That's all I want to say online. If anybody knows of anybody out there who has a drone with a camera on it, would like to talk to a filmmaker.
The Aspire that we had, I mean, like I said, it would go 35 miles an hour. It had a 4K drone. I mean, it had a 4K camera. You could do it.
Okay. TC.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. I've done a bit of work with underwater cameras. I'm always
One of our VIMS guys, I mean, he showed us how to actually, he gave me the 3D printer plans for one. And that's what he does. He goes, he was just out diving one of the shipwrecks in Vegas at the lake out there, Lake Tahoe. And because that's what he's a drone scientist. He does all the underwater filming and stuff. It was pretty cool.
oh, nice.
That's somebody to have on with an interesting job.
Well, and we've just met some of the VIMS people are starting to come up here to play games and
Oh, nice.
see. And since we're going to be teaching the kids how to go out and do video interviews, they're trying to set up to where they can go out, even possibly go out on one of the boats for one of the surveys.
Oh, nice.
Got to go through a lot of parental permission, and I think
Yeah, to go on the boat and stuff. Yeah.
and that it might not happen, but they can still go to VIMS itself and do interviews and stuff there. We set
That's
it
a
up
neat place.
businesses and do interviews, so at least it gets their faces out in the community. It helps the community out. Good.
And for everybody that doesn't know what VIMS is, it's the Virginia Institute for Marine Science. Yes.
Fishy.
I went there because I know some people that work there, but they had an open house and I saw how they grow oysters.
How do they grow?
They make the oysters have the sex and then they put them in these things and they grow and it's
They
just
make them have
We have these
low lighting,
bubble up stuff.
soft.
Mhm. They play the music, they light the candles, you know.
Little drinks.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and close up the store.
Okay.
Had a great time for inviting me. I will see
Good night.
probably somebody tomorrow. Travis is. All right.
Okay. I'm just waiting until he gets back. I don't know where he went, so people aren't staring at a blank screen. I'll be hiding. Oh, now it's all messed up. You just see Mr. Buddy Otter. He is now labeled as Travis. He's so cute. He's so soft.
He is cute.
Oh.
Buddy.
You know those
Yeah.
little glove things, the blue with the little nubby things that you brush them and it gets all their fur off?
Yeah.
Yeah, I finally got one last week.
How they work.
The cats love it. And then all the fur and it pulls off. I need one for the other hand because they sell the left and the right. I have the right. I need the left so we can just both sides at the same time.
Have naked kitties.